Call the meeting of the Brattleboro Housing Partnership to order at 7 p.m. on Monday, October 19th. The first order of business is to review and approve the minutes from the meeting of September 14th. Do I hear a motion?
I have one. I don't think I was late last month. I think that might be somebody
Let's
else.
have a motion to approve them
Okay.
and then make a correction.
I'll move for approval.
Okay, and second? You second, okay. Now,
Discussion, a little thing. I wasn't late last month.
No?
No.
Was somebody late? Because the minutes were only approved by 4 people. According to
Were
my
you
notes.
late, Tom, last month?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, 'cause I
Expected me to
wasn't
remember things like that?
there. Well, it took me a while to remember that I wasn't.
Okay.
so we'll eliminate arrived at 7:15?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks.
Any other corrections and
One
issues?
minor thing here in the steps for bedbug treatment of dwelling units. I just found what I think is a typo. Take off property to one end. Probably should be taken.
Yeah, oh, that's later, yeah.
That's,
Yeah, I found that
we're
too.
working on minutes right now.
Yeah.
Any changes to the minutes? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Abstentions? Minutes are approved.
I found that one too.
And resident and citizen participation?
Not so far.
Nobody here.
Staying away in droves tonight.
Yes.
Took a whole to go.
Yeah.
So, staff reports review, property managers. The green sheet, the yellow sheet from Chelsea and Courtney.
I apologize, Janet noted that we forgot to include the rent report for AWR and the move-in, move-out report. So we will make sure that gets in next time. I have to run a separate report.
And one of the notes on the property update is that they are actively working on the purge of the wait list. So approximately 125 people have responded with their application updates. So when is the point where non-response will remove people from the list?
Oh, now.
Now,
It's a very cumbersome process and resend it and look for people and make phone calls, and they just keep going through that with.
It's not simple like just erasing their name.
No, it's not. No,
It's probably better that we do, but nevertheless it can be
It's-
cumbersome. can't
it's
it?
very. So,
and you see the rent reports. Any comments on that?
I think my only comment is that if I remember from last time, some of the percent not collected is going up again.
Well, it seems to be specific to the family units, particularly to Ledgewood and to Moore Court. And as I recall, a lot of the catch-up happens when the tax refunds come in.
I was thinking that
Yeah.
same
Right.
thing.
And the second piece of this is to review comments and take action on an amendment to the lease and to the emissions and continued occupancy policy regarding bedbugs. Big white bed bug.
I learned more about bed bugs than I've ever known before in my life reading this.
Well, the takeaway I got from this is this is really a serious thing. We gotta take it seriously.
it's, I'll tell you, it's a serious issue, and it's extremely expensive to us. And what we are finding are circumstances in which people are just allowing reinfestation because it doesn't cost them anything. And
How are they getting reinfested?
they know that their friend down the street has bed bugs, and they're not doing anything about it, and that friend continues to come to their apartment.
Okay, so it's
And they don't
visible.
care.
Yeah, visible.
Yeah, I don't care. Doesn't cost me anything.
Yeah, well, that's,
So that's
Valid.
why we've,
Yeah.
I mean, but all the things you have to do, that's a real pain in the neck. I mean, it's costing time and effort
oh, yes.
to be able to do it all.
Is the temperature that hot at the laundromats all the time?
Yes, it can be, you have to put that's why we ask people to take them off-site,
Yeah.
so that we can be sure that the water gets as hot as it can, and they use the big commercial machines. Where was the
The typo,
typo?
page 1 or 2 on the steps for treatment.
Oh,
Take off property, second paragraph.
Yeah, I saw that.
page 1 of
This whole
Steps for
face.
bedroom.
Can
Yeah,
I see? Steps?
yeah, it's towards the back. I think it's the last packet of,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
okay, so then
yeah,
where
it's the
is it
last
step?
packet. In
Second
bold
paragraph.
type, take off property, oh, take,
Take the
I read
materials
a different
off
prompt.
the housing authority property to the laundromat, so it may be correct.
it is, and I looked at it this time.
It's still confusing. Take
Yeah.
off property to laundromat, take all property to laundromat.
And that's what I thought it was. I thought it was take all property to laundromat the first time.
Just take it away from the building.
Yeah,
Yes.
take materials off property to, or take bag off property to laundromat.
Well, if there was another word in there,
Yeah,
like
that's
you
what I
said,
mean.
yeah.
Take back.
So, is what's confusing that which property or what they're taking off?
Property could be construed as the material they're taking off,
Yeah.
rather than the Brattleboro Housing Partnership property.
Hmm.
Well, it would make more sense to me if it said take property off to the laundromat.
Well,
Off-site.
take bags off-site to
Just
laundromat.
Items to be
That-
washed.
just that sentence could probably.
Sure,
be-
take
Yeah.
off all bags to off-site laundromat.
That would,
Yeah.
yeah, that would
Do it.
Take all
clarify it.
bags,
Yeah.
no, we need
Take
that.
all bags
Yeah, because I read it both ways.
to off-site,
First,
take,
the other way.
okay, so
Yeah.
take all bags to off-site laundromat.
Yeah.
That should do
Yeah,
it.
that makes
Good,
sense.
thank you very much, well, that's great.
So, do you need our approval of the,
I do, and we did not receive any comments. We had these distributed and posted as required, and have received nothing. So we would ask that you adopt these and make them effective immediately, so we can.
So moved.
do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded that we adopt the bedbug and admissions and continued occupancy policy. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Abstentions? It is carried and it's effective immediately.
Thank you.
I thought who wrote these did it very well, like their little comments. Bed bugs like to settle close to their food source, you. I think that's very effective.
It may not be appropriate, but I have a long-standing joke about bedbugs from my former husband's father, who one man got a bedbugs at the Pullman Company and sent an angry letter and received his letter back, stamped on it, "Send this man the bedbug letter." So we're doing much better than that.
Well, we stole liberally from everything that we could get our hands on to create all this, so.
Which
Proper
property
managers.
did we have the bed bugs in?
We have them,
Mostly
over the last 2 years, we've had them almost everywhere.
in all of our properties? Really?
Wow.
We've definitely had them in several
Some-
places in Elliott.
Yeah,
I've seen-
some more extensive than others. What the problem is when the really critical piece here is that the tenant needs to tell us right away.
Oh, absolutely.
And the worst problems, the most expensive problems, the problems that truly get out of hand are when the tenant, for whatever reason, does not tell us. Which is why in the HUD rule and the rule that we follow, the first time we have to clean, we pay for it. After that, if you didn't do what you were supposed to do, and that's why we have all this stuff, and you let them back in, then it's gonna be on your ticket. So.
This is terrible, we're just talking about my story.
I know.
Family self-sufficiency report, FSS report, the pink. Any comments?
As always, it's a pleasure to read.
Yes.
They seem to be accomplishing what we wanted to accomplish.
Well, monthly escrow balances range from a low of $16 per month to a high of $540, with a total balances ranging from 48 to 7,637, which is wonderful.
That's great. And I should plug, even though this probably won't be on, that the Work Expo is this Thursday, the Career Expo.
Career Expo.
So, I can assure you that our
Yes.
folks will be there.
Right. She's taking a van full of folks, which is great.
Mhm.
Okay, the resident services monthly report in orange. And I must say I'm impressed with the after-school programs for the family sites. The New England Circus Arts is doing a circus class, and Molly Burke is doing the art program every week. I mean, we're sitting here and seeing some
Yeah.
fascinating art just held up there, which is neat to see.
And they've been very popular programs. I think we've had Molly's for at least 3 years, and
Great.
Circus Arts for at least 2.
Nice.
And again, the family feature,
Mhm.
which is the newsletter.
That's always a pleasure to read this, the
Yes.
way they do that, they do a good job on that.
Sash.
So what are they teaching in the circus classes? That kind of fascinates me.
I'll have to
Flying
ask and find
trapeze.
out.
I mean, have you not watched any of their performances?
No. Well, I've seen some of the circus arts performances. They're up now on Putney Road, they've got something.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Yeah.
building there, yes.
Yeah.
But they have an outside trapeze, so,
Aha. Oh, do they?
yeah, and they give exhibitions at different times.
Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, see
Well, I'll
on
find out
Memorial
for you.
Day up at the retreat,
Okay, great.
more after the parade.
So, Sash, support and services at home. Christine started teaching the managing chronic pain class, which is great. Food distribution,
Going very well.
good.
And they did get to their apple picking trip
Excellent.
Friday, I believe. So,
I was interested particularly in the self-awareness program, which is being held at Hayes Court. Know Your Surroundings Safety Awareness Workshop. Is that improving the sense of people's sense of their personal safety?
We hope so, and that's, and you can see that's why Lori created it with Patrick Donahue. So I hope so.
And the Sash newsletter? Going on.
It's-
Program updates, Section 8, Shelter Plus Care, transitions to housing. I keep hearing that Brattleboro has a housing vacancy rate of 1% or less, so that the first section on Section 8, 146 vouchers leased in September and 10 currently searching.
We have had to extend our lease-up time. We used to give people 30 days and then they could request another 30, but now we automatically give them 60 days.
How do you interact with the state Section 8 versus Brattleboro Housing Partnership Section
Well, the state runs their own program. We don't have anything really to do with it. We're, you know, on excellent terms with the state and know where they have people, and if they need us to, in particular David, to make a house call or to help out, then we do that.
I just was aware for the first time that the state runs their own program, that's why I was curious.
Yeah. Yes.
I didn't think I wasn't even aware of that.
Yes, they are allowed to operate in every state in Vermont, every town in Vermont except Montpelier. Very interesting.
I used to volunteer with the guy at the overflow, with the guy who was the program manager or whatever he is down here. So we had some very interesting conversations.
Was it Cliff?
Yeah.
He is super.
Plus he's from Brooklyn, so that put a lot else into our.
Shelter plus care? Any comments on that?
No, I'm glad that, you know, I'm glad that it's still working
Yes.
and that we still get the money for it.
Total of 25 participant households.
Yeah.
And transitions to housing. Okay.
Moving along.
And adopt fair market rents and utility allowances for calendar year 2016.
Mhm.
We have this in front of us.
Did make it into your packet,
It
just. didn't make
Oh,
it
just?
mine. Yeah, that day.
Mm.
So, setting the payment standard is always difficult because we're balancing how much the individual pays, what the rate has been, what the market rate is, what HUD has done, and if you graphed it, HUD has gone up and down and up and down and up and down like that over the years, so it's more art than math at this point. And David and Mary and I spend a fair amount of time talking about what will happen to all of those levers if we go here or there. So we do spend a fair amount of time trying to figure this out. So these
Is there
are
a motion to adopt?
proposed.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any more comments, questions? All those in favor of adopting the fair market rents and utility allowances for calendar year 2016, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Abstentions? Approved.
Thank you.
How does that compare to last winds in the end? Does it fares pretty well, doesn't it? We don't.
Well, they all go up.
Yeah, but not major.
They're all going up from last year. We should put this on here, but, oh, yeah. Oh, no, just the utilities. So I think in David's report, he said they were at 90% to 100% of the fair market rent. That's what's hard because HUD has these big swings in what they set as our payment standard for Windham County. So then we have to set it relative to what they've done. So we have to go back and look at, well, where did the HUD payment standards go? And they're the ones that have been fluctuating tremendously. So what we've been trying to do is to increase ours, both to recognize the real cost of rent and to decrease the amount that individuals are paying towards rent. But at the same time, if we went up too high, then we wouldn't have 156 vouchers out there, we'd have 130.
Right.
So those are all the pieces that we.
So that may explain, for instance, for a 2-bedroom apartment, HUD proposed fair market rents is 1,007, and BHA for 2015 is 924, and we're going up to 957, for instance.
There's
Yeah.
2015, I thought. Right, that's it exactly. If we, and we don't know what HUD will do next year. So if we jumped it up that much, next year it could go way down. And then, you know, we've got everybody at these high rents, and the landlord says, well, that's what we want. And the payers, we're gonna tell them to move.
Yeah.
Or we're just gonna have them pay the difference.
Mm.
So, none of those are good outcomes.
As you say, it is art.
It really is.
The blue redevelopment manager's report. And let's start with Sam Elliott Apartments balcony doors. Maybe we should ask for a first
Well, the
tenant report.
signs are that they are starting it already. The area there is blocked off. They're starting to assemble the materials. All of the machinery seems to be there, so I would say they're off to a good start.
Good,
Well, they got one door in today, so,
great.
and we had a good meeting with the tenants and talked to them about the whole thing, and, so, I think, and Jack feels that today, they had a lot of startup to do, you know, a lot of bringing all that stuff in. And he hopes that they should be able to get to 3 doors a day, which would be wonderful.
3 apartments.
3 apartments a day, yeah, but we'll see, we're not making any promises.
Sounds like good progress. I mean, we should.
Great.
With 3 apartments a day, we should be able to be finished by Thanksgiving.
That would be nice, yeah.
That would be
Yeah,
wonderful.
let's
And
hope
this
the
is
weather
only
warms
that
up a little bit.
One side of the building, and then we'll have to
Yes.
tackle the next.
Yeah.
And Red Clover Commons.
Well, I haven't looked at that one, but, other
Well,
than
we've
driving
got-
by it 20 miles an hour.
We've got some
Photos.
photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been by there at all, so this is. I think I followed you one day going 20 miles an hour.
So, super is on the site, backfill sanitary line, excavate for the column footings along 4-line PUDK, concrete pavers,
It's going up.
it's going
Yeah,
on,
it is.
which is really
Moving.
neat.
We really want to try to get as much of the footings and the, basement, for lack of it,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
done before.
Foundation
Well,
walls.
thank you, foundation walls, well, we have somewhat warmer weather.
Before the snows come.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
It
it,
was snowed yesterday in West Pratt.
Oh, yeah.
It
Yeah,
snowed,
up at
yes,
my
it
house.
snowed.
oh yeah,
Probably snowed everywhere, but I don't
Yes.
have been in West
it
Pratt.
snowed overnight, but they were like little granules,
Little,
little
yeah,
round,
granular things,
they were like
yeah.
little round things, yeah,
Almost like sleet.
yeah.
So, we provided electric bills to integrated solar applications. Resulted from that, or you're in the midst of that discussion still?
This was a great connection that Tom sent our way,
Good.
and it was very difficult to get readable bills from GMP. So,
Wonder if that's by design.
well, they say we have a lower rate as a result of it, but poor Jack, he just sat there and said, I've never seen bills like this in my life. So, but he
Well, what
finally
we're
got
trying-
something that he could send them, and they
Good.
got
What we're
them,
trying to
so.
do here is get in line to get some of the energy that they're going to be generating at the landfill that's available to municipalities.
Oh,
Aha,
nice.
Yeah,
And we are, at least as far as I know now, considered a municipality,
We are.
or at least part of a municipality.
good.
So that energy's gonna be cheaper than the standard rates. Nobody knows what it's gonna be yet, but it certainly should be a substantial saving, and
we hope.
we,
No, that's
that's what it's all about, we
Yeah,
hope.
no, this is really great. So thank you, Tom.
And that will be, right, as of now, the largest solar project in the state.
Oh, wow.
Great. Chris, you have funding AHP update on the agenda.
Under Red Clover Commons,
Oh,
yes.
that's under October comments.
But that's okay, if you're ready to go there. That's the affordable housing program by the Federal Home Loan Bank. We made our application, we've had 2 requests for additional information that Karen at Housing Vermont and I have jumped on because they give you exactly 48 hours to respond. So I'm not sure when we will hear, but that's in, we've responded, and hopefully, we'll get funded.
And the community planning for the future of Melrose.
Yes, we have the really excellent Brook study that they did. And if I thought I sent it to the board, but if I haven't, I will send you a copy.
You haven't.
I have not. Okay. So let me make sure I send that to you. But it's very good, and we will be meeting tomorrow, the small group, to start talking about phase 2 and Melrose and all of that, so.
Good. And monthly checklisting. Pat, you're doing October, and it's not onerous.
No.
Just to confirm, Bill, you're doing November,
Yes, I am.
and Tom is doing December.
That's what I plan on.
Okay. Come December, we'll find out. The budget concerns given congressional actions.
I just wanted to.
Nothing in the.
Yeah, it was more just to bring to your attention what I hope you already heard with all the really serious dysfunction in Congress. It undoubtedly will have an impact on us that won't be good. So we are monitoring it. Right now, they're proposing a very large cut in the home program, and that was one of our major funders for Red Clover. So a lot of sign-on letters going around and all of that. So I think we'll just, stay tuned, but it could be a pretty slim year.
Review the agenda for the annual meeting, which is to be held on November 9th at noon in the community room at Melrose Terrace.
Well, I just looked at my PDA, I had it at 7 PM. so-
Oh, no.
I'm glad we made that change for you.
No.
Okay.
So, what did you think about this? I talked with the staff, and we will try to get participants to be the speakers for SASH and FSS. And if we can't get somebody who's willing to stand up in front of a group and do that, then we'll have staff tell about the experiences of residents. And then I thought we'd have David talk about the homeless initiatives, and give a little update on Red Clover and Melrose.
And the Tom Yon Award.
It's in the works. It is at the shop getting done, and I will call Tom tomorrow and see if he can be with us.
Okay.
Haven't seen him in a long time. What's he been up to?
He's retired.
Yeah.
He's been doing stuff.
You see?
Yeah, last I knew he was on a trip somewhere, so,
Excellent.
yeah.
And I'm pleased that the focus in the annual meeting is on the staff and on what we're doing rather than somebody coming from the outside. I think that's very helpful.
I think it fits in with your work around the strategic plan.
I'm glad you mentioned that. What's the status of that?
We're gonna talk about it.
Gonna talk about it now?
No, not now. Later.
Okay.
So, I think we're at the point, we have the proposed change to the pension plan.
Yes. Did
I
that?
don't think we
No.
have
Okay.
material on that.
So, I think we,
No, that's later on. That's later on.
So what this does, in our plan, and I apologize, I meant to make copies, but in our plan, it says that voluntary we put in 7.5, and the employee puts in 5.5, and that's a mandatory contribution for a total of 13. The way our plan is written, an employee can put in up to 10%. The problem is that the 4.5% that they would put in would be after tax. The only pre-tax money that is allowed to come out of the plan is our 7.5 and the mandatory 5.5 from the employees. So I had a chat with our lawyer in Connecticut and everybody that's involved in the plan, and they said really the thing to do is to just take out that and just say don't make voluntary contributions, because it's really not in an employee's interest, best interest, to have after-tax contributions come out to that plan. What is better is for them to take that money and put it into any one of a number of retirement mechanisms that are out there, and they can do that in a way that protects the taxes. So that's what this does. I will just read the resolved part. It says, resolve that the authority hereby amends the plan by adding the following provision. Article 4, contributions of participants. Paragraph 4.2, voluntary contributions is modified by adding the following new paragraph to read as follows, effective October 1, 2015. And that says, notwithstanding any provisions of the plan to the contrary, no participant shall be eligible or permitted to make any voluntary employee contributions under this plan effective for payroll periods ending on or after October 1, 2015. Resolved further that the president of the authority, it's really the chair, and any other officer designated by him, are hereby authorized, empowered, and directed to do any and all acts and execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate the following resolutions. So, that's the resolution that I would ask that you adopt, so that we can strike that part of the plan and not get into this sort of conversation.
Was there significant participation in that, or
No, it's never come up.
never even come up?
No, because the 5.5% is mandatory.
Yeah.
You have to do that. This is the first time in my time here that it's come up where somebody came in and said, oh, I want to make a voluntary contribution. And I called them and they said I could. And I went, So I went back and read the plan and said, well, you can, except it appears to be that it's after tax. So that led me to the experts who all said, no, we shouldn't do
You
that.
can, but it's not in
You
your.
can, but it's really not in your interest.
Do I hear a motion to adopt that?
I will move.
I'll second.
And you second it. And notwithstanding all of the complicated legal language, I think that it is.
Yes.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, no. Abstentions? No abstentions. Okay.
So I think what I will do is have, it says director, but what I'll just say commission. Just doctor this little.
Next on our agenda is to enter executive session to discuss a matter where premature public information will be detrimental to the organization, a legal matter and a personnel matter. So your motion.
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Thank you.